bollocks to Burko. John Burko bullied Commons Chief so badly his health collapsed and was forced to take early retirement. And Jeremy Corbyn wants to give him honours. That tells you all you need to know about that. Fixing this broken economy might feel too complex to many world leaders, so let the millionaires help get you started. Tax them more, and do it now. Simon Pegg. Big Ben Bong. Article amount. For Big Ben, for New Year's Eve, £14,200. For Big Ben, for Remembrance Sunday, £14,200. For Big Ben, for Brexit, £500,000. Something isn't quite adding up. Forget Area 51. We need to know the secrets within. Storm the Vatican. The Pope can't molest all of us. Robo-heart could solve organ transplant crisis. A robotic heart which would end the need for donor transplants could be available within a decade after a scientist set out plans to build a hybrid organ from stem cells and biotech. The cyber heart has been shortlisted for £30 million in funding from the British Heart Foundation for radical new approaches to curing major heart conditions. It is the brainchild of a team of Dutch scientists who are hoping it will solve the organ shortage crisis. Lead researcher Professor Jolanda Klumim of Amsterdam University Medical Centre said she was inspired after seeing a robot starfish with soft purple limbs that could expand and contract like heart muscle. There is a need for a radical new solution, she told a briefing in London to announce the shortlist. We're decades away from building a living heart from a patient's own cells. If we will ever be able to do it, but some 3 years ago I saw a picture in a Dutch newspaper, a picture of a soft robotic starfish, and it could move and swim like a living starfish. I'd also like to take this point to thank everyone that sends me links and clips and things, because I can't do all this research myself and find it out, so I do rely on people sending it in, so just a big thank you to all of them. You know who you are. UK top cop involved in failed Muslim rape gang investigation promoted to chief of child exploitation unit. They are taking the piss. Not long ago, I wrote an article entitled "Britain Commits Suicide to Avoid Being Called Racist," and it seems as if British officials are competing with each other to see who can prove my point first. Top cop involved in failed Asian rape gang investigation promoted to chief of child exploitation unit. A senior police detective who was involved in an operation that failed to go after a predominantly Pakistani child rape gang has been elevated to a top position dealing with sexual abuse against children. Tony Cook, an investigating officer in the failed Operation Augusta, was promoted to the head of operations at the Child Exploitation and Online Protection Centre in Manchester 4 years ago. Despite the institutional failure of the operation to protect children from Pakistani grooming gang in the mid-2000s. So, just think about that. They've got a cop who protects paedophiles and child rapists. So what would be a better position for... Oh, of course, the head of a child exploitation unit. They are really taking the piss. Health experts issue an ominous warning about coronavirus pandemic 3 months ago. Their simulation showed it could kill 65 million people. That's the plan. As I said in one yesterday or the day before, the plan is... I'll continue with this first. A coronavirus that originated in Wuhan, China, has killed 18 people and infected more than 630. And the measles virus has killed no one, but the vaccine has killed 108. The virus has been reported in at least 8 other countries, including the US, where a man in Washington who recently visited China was confirmed to have the illness. A scientist at Johns Hopkins last year modelled what would happen if a deadly coronavirus research a pandemic scale. His simulated scenario predicted that 65 million people could die within 18 months. Eric Toner, a scientist at the Johns Hopkins Center for Health and Security, wasn't shocked when news of a mysterious coronavirus outbreak in Wuhan, China, surfaced in early January. Less than 3 months earlier, Toner had staged a simulation of a global pandemic involving a coronavirus. What? I bet you anything you like. I bet you anything you like. If you do a bit of research, you'll find that they've got it registered. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly what's doing it. They, the evil scum, are doing it. Police give up on thieves. Police and prosecutors have been accused of undermining justice as it emerged some forces are not charging any thieves. The failure of the police to successfully pursue criminals emerged as Lord Stevens, the former Metropolitan Police Commissioner, warned the latest crime figures exposed a perfect storm of rising offences and failing prosecutions overall. The new data shows that the chance of a theft resulting in a charge have halved from 10.8% in 2015 to 5.4%, and from 2.6% to 1.3% for personal theft. Pedophilia and Empire. Satan, Sodomy and the Deep State. Chapter 23. Tony Blair, his pedo-infested ministers, and how Zionism and pedophilia reign supreme. Pedophilia, right. Section 7. British government. A paedophile have protected forever by criminal cover-up. Chapter 23. Tony Blair, his paedophile-infested ministers, and the Zion pedo regime. Joachim Hagel plan. This section will chronicle in full detail the systematic child abuse and non-stop cover-up of the British government protecting its own army of hardcore paedophiles who, for over half a century, have been free to act out their child-raping pathology against UK's most vulnerable population, children in group home care. The massive evidence is overwhelming, yet this very day not one politician in the UK Parliament or Prime Minister's cabinet has ever been brought to justice. Britain is a disgrace to the entire world, serving as just the tip of the iceberg, permitting hundreds, if not thousands over the years of prominent serial child sexual predators shielded in high places to permanently wound as well as murder millions of their own innocent without paying for their scourge of diabolical violent crimes. They have gotten away with it forever because paedophiles and their enablers who've long saturated government, high courts, police, civil servants, British intelligence and the media. If you want to read the rest of that, links are in the description. Oh no, what have we got here? Look at that. Coronavirus. Oh, it's only a patent for coronavirus. Abstract. The present invention provides a live, attenuated coronavirus comprising of a virulent replicase gene encoding polyproteins comprising of mutual and one or more of the non-structural proteins, 10 NSP-14, NSP-15 or NSP-16. The coronavirus may be used as a vaccine for treating and or preventing a disease such as infections, bronchitis in the subject. Peptides having more than 20 amino acids, gastrins, again, the link's in the description. I told you that this is what the plan is, and you just heard that as vaccines. They're going to spread this, if they can, all over the planet and say you need to get the vaccine, which will be the actual coronavirus. And then they'll say, oh, look at the amount of people dying from the virus that we've injected into them. There's a whole lot, another piece here, but I'm not going into it because it's a long piece. But I'll just mention it. Field of the invention, background to the invention. The invention claimed is, and there's a list of it. If you want to read the full thing, like I say, links are in the description. Now remember what I've just said. UK hunt for 2,000 Wuhan passengers intensifies over coronavirus concerns. Health officials have teamed up with Border Force agents and airlines to try and track down 2,000 people who have recently flown to the UK from the region of China most affected by the deadly coronavirus outbreak. The Department of Health confirmed it was trying to find as many passengers as we can who came to Britain from Wuhan, China in the past 2 weeks to check of their well-being. It is understood Border Force officers have been recruited to help speed up the search for passengers as testing for the virus continues in the UK. Chief Medical Officer Professor Chris Whitty said 14 people were given the all clear on Thursday, but more were being checked over. While the illness has reached Europe after 3 cases were confirmed in France on Friday. Prof Whitty said there was a fair chance cases will emerge in Britain as the overall number of reported around the world climbed to more than 850, including 26 deaths, all in China. Oh, we better vaccinate you against it then to save your life. I actually mean to kill you quicker. Aye. Help, I'm new grandfather and I feel clueless. Great British coastal... Yeah. Virus crisis talks. UK risk is low. But they're going to... You've just heard it, where they're looking for 2,000. They could just put it anywhere with anyone and claim that it was them. First cases confirmed in Europe. 36 million Chinese people in lockdown. Public health chief says coronavirus highly likely to come to Britain. Because you'll be spreading it, you lying bastards. NHS medics placed on heightened alert. Symptoms include fever, dry cough and shortness of breath, scientists reveal. Utter waste of paper. Mugged by Gull for Gem. Brit trapped in Flu City. They're trying to poison my tap water. Danny Dyer fears she'll die of cholera. They are poisoning everyone's tap water with chlorine and fluoride. The Guardian. Global push to contain spread of the coronavirus. Except, of course, we're spreading it. Taylor Swift on tackling her eating disorder. English cricket star Stokes in foul-mouthed row. The Times. Police can't cope with avalanche of fraud cases. Well, if they're not fit for purpose, we need to get rid of them, don't we? Mirror. Historic royal visit. Charles' plea for Middle East peace. Prince, it breaks my heart to see so many suffering and division. You lying paedophile. Express. Brexit signed and sealed. Bullshit, more lies. Britain divided over future of monarchy. They should all be in jail. I'm not divided over that at all. They should, every single one of them should be in jail. Daily Fail. Boris, let's spring clean Britain. And look who's come back to help. Telegraph. Signed and sealed. Lies, lies and more lies. PM hails post-Brexit future as friends and equals, but France demands fishing rights for 25 years. Well, you can piss off is what you can do. We need to get the borders up and cut off no fishing in our waters anymore. Hunt for 2,000 passengers who flew from Wuhan as coronavirus fears grow. Yes, because they're pumping it up. Because keep them in fear and you'll keep them under control. The scum. China flu crisis. 19 more UK tests for virus. Amazing Adele. Someone like you. Slim and trim after divorce. FT. FCA urged to probe pension advice. Call for city regulators to contact 106,000 people. Fears over fresh mis-selling scandal. Virus brings China to a halt. Met police to use facial recognition despite accuracy of privacy concerns. Insurance veterans push plans for 10 million museum. And finally, first Mexican victim of coronavirus. People from the 70s already immunised against coronavirus. I come in the house soaking wet and I'm greeted by, "Is it raining?" "Nope," I said. "I just decided to take the frigging fish for a walk." Eating in or take away? Shut the F up, Jimmy. I hope Facebook doesn't remove this sexy post. Nobody's stronger than a toddler who doesn't want to get into their car seat. And if you've had kids, you'll know how true that is. My dog tells me you're on drugs. You're the one with the talking dog. One day, a teacher was talking about marriage in class. "Teacher, what kind of wife would you like, Johnny?" Johnny: "I would want a wife like the moon." Teacher: "Wow, what a choice. Do you want her to be beautiful and calm like the moon?" Johnny: "No, I want her to arrive at night and disappear in the morning." Sometimes you don't need words. A picture says it all.